Have you ever wondered why so many men after 60 believe that only a pill can bring back their strength and confidence? What if I told you that hidden in your own kitchen lies a simple spice that has been quietly studied for its ability to open blood vessels more effectively and safely than medication? For decades, most men have been chasing quick fixes, thinking that age alone is to blame for their fading circulation, their colder hands and feet, and the loss of sensitivity down there. But the truth may surprise you. Age is not the end of vitality. The real culprit is stiff and tired blood vessels, and the right natural support can change everything. Today, I want to show you how one forgotten spice can revive warmth, restore oxygen, and awaken your body in ways you thought were gone for good. If you once believed only drugs could help, drop a number 1 in the comments. If you disagree, simply hit like, and let's see how many of you are still skeptical. I am Dr. Laura Bennett, a urologist with over 20 years of experience working with men who thought their best years were behind them. In my clinic, I have seen men in their 60s, 70s, and even 80s walk in with the same quiet frustration. They tell me their hands and feet are cold, their energy is fading, and the spark in their most intimate moments has dimmed. Most of them believe this is just what happens with age, or that their only choice is a small blue pill. But after treating thousands of patients, I can tell you that is not the full story. What is really happening is that the blood vessels, the highways of life inside your body, are becoming stiff and narrow. When vessels cannot expand the way they once did, circulation weakens, confidence weakens, connection weakens. Yet the solution is often far simpler and safer than most men realize. Most men who come to see me have fallen into the same pattern without even realizing it. They skip breakfast or survive on nothing but coffee. They pile their plates with heavy meats, but almost never touch the spices or vegetables that keep circulation alive. When fatigue sets in, they reach for another pill or another cup of caffeine, believing it will push them through the day. But each shortcut silently drains their blood vessels, making them stiffer, narrower, less responsive. The result is not just colder hands and feet. It is a slow loss of sensitivity, a quiet distance in intimacy, and a feeling of emptiness inside that no medication seems to fix for long. I remember one patient, James, age 68, who had relied on pills for nearly a decade. At first, they worked, then less and less, until one day he admitted to me, "Doctor, it feels like my body has forgotten me." If you have ever felt that same coldness or quiet fading, comment number 2 below. If you have never noticed it hit like "so I know," think of your blood vessels like rubber hoses. When you were young, those hoses were soft and flexible, able to stretch and carry water anywhere with ease. But as the years pass, those hoses become stiff, narrow, and clogged. Water no longer flows smoothly, and some areas are left dry. That is exactly what happens inside your body. Pills like Viagra act like a sudden burst of pressure, forcing the hoses open for a short time, but leaving the underlying problem untouched. The spice I am talking about works differently. Garlic of food. Our grandparents used daily contains a compound called allicin. When you crush or chew raw garlic, allicin is released, and it signals your body to produce more nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is the tiny messenger that tells your vessels to relax, expand, and deliver oxygen-rich blood everywhere, including to the most intimate areas. This is not magic, it is biology. Studies show regular garlic intake lowers blood pressure, improves vessel elasticity, and even reduces harmful cholesterol. Put simply, garlic helps the body remember how to heal itself gently and consistently. If that explanation makes sense to you, comment number 3 below. If it still feels unclear, tap like "so I know" to explain further. So how can you begin using this spice in a way that makes a real difference? The answer is simple. Start with 1 clove of garlic each day. Peel it, crush it, and let it sit for about 10 minutes before eating. That pause allows the compound allicin to fully activate. Then you can swallow it with a spoonful of honey, mix it into warm water, or add it to your breakfast. Taken raw, even in small amounts, garlic begins to wake up your circulation within days. I once worked with a patient named James, the same man who felt his body had forgotten him. After years of relying on pills, he agreed to try this experiment. Each morning, he crushed a clove, waited, then ate it with honey. Within 3 weeks, he noticed his hands were no longer icy cold. His face had more color, and he whispered to me that he felt sensation returning where it mattered most. He was not cured overnight, but he was hopeful for the first time in years. If you are willing to test this one habit tomorrow morning, comment number 4 below. If you believe it is too strong for you, tap like and let me know. While 1 clove of garlic a day can begin to restore blood flow, lasting change comes when you combine it with other simple habits that strengthen circulation from every angle. Think of it as building pillars to support the foundation of your vitality. The first pillar is nutrition. Alongside garlic, add foods rich in omega-3 fatty acids, such as salmon, sardines, or mackerel 3 times a week. These oils keep your vessels supple and reduce the silent inflammation that stiffens them with age. The second pillar is movement. Even a daily 20-minute walk signals your body to pump oxygen deeper into your legs and pelvis, keeping those smaller vessels alive and active. The third pillar is rest. A solid night's sleep lowers stress hormones that otherwise tighten and constrict your arteries. The fourth pillar is stress control itself. Practices like breathing exercises or light stretching calm your nervous system and give your vessels the chance to relax. When these habits are practiced together, their effects do not just add up, they multiply. I recall a patient named Michael, 72, who committed to this system. Garlic each morning, fish at dinner, a steady walk after lunch, and early bedtime. Within 6 months, he reported not only warmer hands and steadier energy, but also a return of confidence in his marriage that he thought was gone forever. His story is proof that when you build these pillars, you create strength that no pill alone can provide. So let me leave you with this. Growing older does not mean giving up your warmth, your energy, or your connection. What it does mean is listening to your body more carefully and giving it what it truly needs. 1 clove of garlic, a few servings of omega-3 rich fish, a walk in the fresh air. A good night's sleep. These may sound small, but together, they form a rhythm your body remembers. You do not need to chase quick fixes or rely on pills that only mask the deeper problem. You need to build habits that invite your blood vessels to open, to breathe, and to nourish every part of you. Tomorrow morning, I challenge you to try it for yourself. Crush 1 clove, let it sit, take it with honey, and feel what happens when you start your day with real support instead of shortcuts. If you are ready to take that challenge, comment number 5 below. If you think you cannot press, like, so I know what holds you back, share your story, your struggles, or your victories in the comments, because your voice might inspire another man to begin. And if you want to keep learning natural ways to restore circulation, confidence, and intimacy after 60, subscribe and tap the bell so you will not miss the next step in this journey. Remember, your body has not abandoned you. It is waiting. All it needs is a little rhythm, a little patience, and a little faith from you. Disclaimer. This video is for informational purposes only and does not replace medical advice. Always consult your physician before making changes to your health routine. When I speak about garlic fish and circulation, some men nod politely, but still wonder, can something so simple really make a difference? That doubt is natural. We live in a world where solutions are often packaged in bottles, pills, or complicated regimens. But time and again, My patients prove that the smallest, most consistent choices reshape the body in profound ways. Let me share a few stories beyond James and Michael, because real lives tell this truth better than any study alone. One of my patients, Richard, was 70 when he first came to see me. His complaint was not just about intimacy, it was his energy. He told me, "Doctor, I can barely walk to the end of my driveway without stopping. My legs feel heavy, my chest tight." His medical tests showed narrowed arteries not yet requiring surgery, but badly in need of change. Instead of piling on new prescriptions, I gave him 3 tasks: start each day with crushed garlic, add 2 servings of salmon per week, and walk 5 minutes after dinner. Just 5 minutes. He thought it was too easy, but agreed. 6 months later, Richard walked into my office smiling. He had lost 10 pounds, his blood pressure had dropped, and he proudly told me, "Doc, I can mow my lawn again without gasping for air." His wife leaned over and whispered with a grin, "And there are other things improving too." Then there was Charles, 65, who admitted he had ignored his body for decades. He loved fast food, never cooked, and told me straight, "I hate vegetables." His biggest fear was not heart disease, but the way intimacy with his partner had quietly vanished. He felt embarrassed, disconnected, and even avoided closeness because he assumed nothing could change. I asked him to commit to one experiment, include garlic in his daily meals for 30 days. He laughed, called it silly, but promised to try. By his next visit, something remarkable had shifted. He looked lighter, his skin had more color, and he said quietly, "Doctor, I feel like myself again. I didn't expect it, but I can tell blood is moving differently." His story became a turning point, not only for him, but for others in his community, because he began telling his friends, "Don't wait for pills. Start with food." Science supports these stories. A study published in the Journal of Nutrition showed that aged garlic extract significantly improved blood flow in people with stiff arteries, increasing their vessel flexibility by nearly 15% in just 12 weeks. Another trial demonstrated that men who ate fish high in omega-3 3 times per week had a lower risk of circulation problems compared to those who rarely ate fish. These numbers may sound modest, but inside the body, they mean life-warmer hands, steadier stamina, stronger oxygen delivery to every cell. Think of circulation as a symphony. Garlic is like the conductor signaling nitric oxide to open the vessels. Fish oil plays the strings, smoothing the walls and reducing inflammation. Movement adds the rhythm of drums, keeping the beat steady and strong. Sleep and stress management add the quiet pauses, giving space for the music to flow without interruption. When all of these instruments play together, the result is harmony, your body working as it was designed, your energy steady, your intimacy alive. And perhaps the most powerful truth is this: you do not need perfection. Many men hesitate because they think change means turning their entire lives upside down. But James did not become perfect. Michael did not. Richard and Charles did not. They started with 1 clove, 1 meal, 1 walk, and slowly those small steps grew into something larger than they imagined. That is how circulation heals gradually, consistently, naturally. If you are listening now, I want you to ask yourself, what is one step you can take today? Could you buy a bulb of garlic and crush a clove tomorrow morning? Could you swap red meat for salmon? Just once this week. Could you set aside 10 minutes for a walk? Choose one. Then comment below which one you will start with. If you feel inspired, type number 6. If you are still unsure, press like so I know you are listening. Your choice might encourage another man somewhere across the world to begin as well.